Good evening and welcome. My name is Eric McMillan McCall. I am founder and CEO of Project One Voice. Welcome to night 2 of our 10th anniversary celebration. On behalf of the board of directors of Project One Voice, I'd like to welcome you to the African Grove Virtual Performing Arts Center. Project One Voice is an organization dedicated to supporting theater and the performing arts by people of African descent. For more information about Project One Voice and all the wonderful things we've been doing over the last 10 years, go to project1voice.org. That's project1voice.org. Now, tonight, this is the second night of our celebration, and the theme of this night is jubilation, a feeling of great happiness and triumph. So with that, we bring to you Project One Voice Honors. Project One Voice Honors is an annual event given to organizations and individuals whose contributions to American culture empower and amplify Black agency and expression in the creative and performing arts. Previous honorees include Wilhelmina Billy Allen, Douglas Turner Ward, Irene Gandy, Harold Wheeler, Hattie Winston Wheeler, and Andre DeShields. And tonight, we again celebrate artistic excellence with 10 more shoulders upon which we will stand. Our honorees are George Faison, Marcia Pendelton, the Howard Players, the Ensemble Theater Houston, the Black Theater Network, the National Black Theater Festival, the International Association of Blacks in Dance, the Association of African American Museums. The Transformative Trailblazer Award will go to the Black Seed and Ron Simons. So we're just gonna hop right in. So to present our first award for Lifetime Achievement, please welcome to the stage, Charles Wallace.
Good evening. It's an honor to be here to celebrate tonight's awardees. However, before I go into that, I'd like to take this moment to say happy 10th anniversary to Project One Voice. I was there 10 years ago for your first reading, Trouble in Mind by Alice Childress, and now it's coming to Broadway this fall. Congratulations, Eris McMillan McCall, on being a visionary. I wish you and Project One Voice continued success as you make strides to make a difference in the life of African American theater. Now, to the business at hand. I'll take you back to the winter of 1974 as I sat there in the Fisher Theater in Detroit, Michigan, just days before my 16th birthday, watching The Wiz in its pre-Broadway run. I knew that I was watching something special and life-changing. I literally felt the music and particularly the dance permeate my soul. I've come to know that award-winning choreographer as a friend, a brother, and a fellow Harlemite. Not to mention that I've performed in and assisted with several of his shows over the years. Of course, I'm talking about the inimitable Mr. Wiz himself, Dr. George Faison. George is a dancer, choreographer, director, teacher, and theater producer. Moreover, he's an impresario. Yes, impresario. The definition being one who organizes and often finances concerts, plays, or operas. Yes, Mr. Faison, you are an impresario. Oh yes, lest we not forget, he's also been referred to as the godfather of Black dance. George's Broadway debut as a choreographer occurred in 1972 with Don't Bother Me, I Can't Cope. But it was 1975 that Mr. Faison made history as the first Black person to win the Tony and Drama Desk Awards for Best Choreography for The Wiz, which also won 6 other Tonys that year, including Best Musical. George was also nominated for a second Tony in 1983 for Best Choreography for Porgy and Bess, directed by Jack O'Brien. And in 1991, another nomination, this time an Emmy for Outstanding Achievement in Choreography for the Josephine Baker story, starring Lynn Whitfield. George started his ascension to greatness as a featured dancer with the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater, and after being influenced by Mr. Ailey, decided he'd strike out on his own and founded the George Faison Universal Dance Experience. He went on to create several critically acclaimed ballets over the years. Among them are Gazelle, Tilt, and Sweet Otis. Sweet Otis, set to the music of Otis Redding, was an instant audience favorite. And as Jennifer Dunning of the New York Times wrote, it looks as if the Ailey Company has another signature piece. This year marks the 50th anniversary of Sweet Otis's world premiere. George has choreographed for award-winning entertainers Ashford and Simpson, Patti LaBelle, Dionne Warwick, and Earth, Wind, and Fire, to name a few. It was with his longtime beloved partner, T. Schnug, that he co-founded the Faison Firehouse Theater, where he still serves as artistic director and executive producer. You've heard of a super woman. Well, Dr. George William Faison is a super man. And now please welcome Allison Williams Foster.
Thank you, and good evening. Tonight we celebrate and honor dancer, teacher, theater producer, writer, director, and the first African-American to achieve an award, Tony Award for choreography, Mr. George Faison. 51 years ago, George Faison and Mr. Tad Schnug wrapped their arms around my life. As George made his exit from Alvin Ailey to start his own company, he opened the doors to a studio where he started a summer intensive workshop. I walked in, I auditioned, I was accepted and embraced. Shortly after that, I became the youngest member of George Faison's first company, George Faison's Universal Dance Experience. I got an opportunity to dance with wonderful dancers such as Christina Kimball, Karen McDonald, Eleanor McCoy, Ramel Rowe, Paul Hoskins, Ramel Rowe and Paul Hoskins, Gary DeLoach, and my dear friend, Shirley Black Brown. You gave me that opportunity even to be a dance partner with you. I thank you, George. But George Faison took a young Black girl from Harlem, me, and gave me the opportunity to dance for President Jimmy Carter's inauguration. He took me to Africa with Stevie Wonder and then toured with Van McCoy and the Hustle Dancers to bring me back to the stage in Sweet Otis. I made my Broadway debut as the Tornado Eye on Broadway because of George. With many artists from stage to stage to stage and video to screen. I thank you, George Faison. George, you were there before I became a teenager. You were there before I went to high school, when I became a wife, a mother, and a grandmother. More than a dance teacher, more than a choreographer, but a mentor, someone who inspired and encouraged me and gave me endless opportunities, as you did so many in our community. George, your work is notable throughout your lifetime, significant and outstanding, not only to those of us that had an opportunity to dance with you, but to those of us who saw your creativity and your production and your passion, all the while you were asking, what are you doing? Well, George Faison, you are the storm in my life. Many people think that storms come to destruct and destroy, but you came and made a clear path for my vision and my dream, changing my life as you have changed so many, changing the face of Broadway. So tonight, this honor is not late, but deserving. It's an opportunity for me to say thank you to you for so many of us who were able to experience your passion, your vision, your creativity, and your determination to develop the best work, the best dancers, and to give endless opportunities to so many little girls just like me in and out of our community. It is my pleasure, my honor, and I'm so proud to be able to present this award to someone who is dear in my life and also my creative journey. With so much love, George, I give this award, the Project One Voice Lifetime Award, to Mr. George Faison.
Thank you, Allison, for this wonderful award. How could I be so lucky? I got Charles and Allison to introduce me. And besides that, this weekend has been stupendous. Juneteenth, Father's Day, and the Project One Lifetime Achievement Award. What a great time to be Black and American. Though there's a lot of work to be done, but it's not about me. Some of you have been a part of my greatest achievements, and others, the collaborations we've enjoyed, can never be duplicated, and I thank you. The road to freedom has been long and arduous, but to all people everywhere, the dream of freedom is alive. Believe. To my fellow recipients, congratulations. To Erich, McMillan, McCall, and Project One, you have my sincere thank you.
Thank you, George Faison. Thank you for that wonderful thank you. You know, George is a very dear friend of mine, and I remember as a little kid watching him receive that Tony Award for best choreography. It was a moment I cherished, and as a young boy in Birmingham, Alabama, it was so great to see someone who looked like me receiving that award. So, George, this is a great honor for us to celebrate you and all of your accomplishments. So, thank you, George Faison. And thank you, Allison, and thank you, Charles. So we're on to our second award for Lifetime Achievement, the Marcia Pendelton. Now, Marcia Pendelton is a dear, dear friend. She's also a board member of Project One Voice. She is my Ethel I am her Ethel and I am her Lucy. So we have so many great adventures that we've experienced as we've traveled through the Broadway community. So to present this award to Marcia Pendelton, we have Michael Dinwiddie.
Thank you, Erich. So glad to be here and so happy to be able to present this award to Marcia. Now, Marcia, I want you to come on now if you can. I'd love to see you and watch you while I talk to you. Ah, I got you. There you are. So, Marcia, I have some questions. I don't really want you to answer until I'm done. But where did you get the idea for this name, Walk Tall Girl Productions? What are you trying to say? That your height is an indicator of your business savvy? That you walk and you don't run? That you take your time? And when you say girl, I think of a lass barefoot frolicking in Sheep's Head Meadow Central Park. Are those the images you wanted your future clients to conjure up when you first hung out your shingle 20 years ago? No, I don't think so. I think you looked in the mirror and said, it's time. It's time for me to acknowledge who I am and what I have to offer. It's time for me to venture out into the world and see what it will bring me. Well, the evidence is it's brought you a lot. You've made the right choices every step of the way. So in case there are folks who don't know, you are the founder and president of Walk Tall Girl Productions, which handles marketing, audience development, and group sales with a special focus on bringing communities from the African diaspora into performance spaces. And what does that mean? It means that you bring your expertise and in-depth knowledge of Black history and culture to the table for producers. Oftentimes, you are the only person of color and a Black woman sitting there explaining how to connect with community-based organizations, arts, education, and cultural institutions, faith-based, civic, social, and professional groups, and let's not forget the influencers. My most fun Marcia image is thinking of you in those rooms, watching you wind up, take a breath, and say, "This doesn't make sense," or "You have to do it another way." Am I making this up? No. You aren't afraid to speak truth to power, and that's gotten you into some pretty sticky situations. Not every producer wants to know that his or her idea isn't perfectly formed from the first moment, but that tall Black girl magic seems to be working just fine. So the fact is, you speak power to truth, the power of experience and know-how. Know where, know when, know who, and know why. That's a lot of no's. K-N-O-W, no. So who are some of your recent clients? Let's see. We have Terrell Alvin McCraney's Choir Boy. We have St. Joan, August Wilson's Jitney, group sales for Tina. What's love got to do? Oh, sorry. Ain't Too Proud, the Life and Times attempt. Ain't Too Proud to. Okay, sorry. Oh, let's not forget your current projects, Thoughts of a Colored Man. Tickets went on sale yesterday, so I know I'm gonna get my group discount soon, right, Marcia? I just checking to make sure. And you're gonna be doing the woo, 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 woo with MJ, Michael Jackson, when it sizzles onto the Broadway stage. You've worked with audience development for multiple productions at some of the finest theaters in America: the Public Theater, Manhattan Theater Club, Apollo Theater, MCC Theater, Playwrights Horizons, a new group, Signature Theater, Keene Company, Classic Stage Company, Vineyard Theater, the Billie Holiday Theater, Transport. Oops, I almost left out that fledgling new company, Go Tell It Productions, in which you are a producing partner. You've also produced the Black Theater Review, hosted by four-time Tony Award winner Detroit boy Ron Simons, in collaboration with Adelco, Project One Voice, the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture, and the Cumble Theater, Long Island University. Now, when Broadway closed down for a year, what'd you do? You did what we all did. You freaked out. Then you figured out how to keep going, and you kept the message of Black theater in front of the public with Black Theater Online, a weekly e-newsletter that features interviews, reviews, special events, and news from the community. And wait a minute, don't you host a weekly program on WBAI? Marcia, how do you have time to sleep? You shine a spotlight on artists and events. I mean, do you even have time to move? I guess for a Philly-born girl raised down there, you've made quite a mark up here in New York City. You've served on the board of directors of Black Theater Network, Black Public Relations Society, and as Eric mentioned, Project One Voice. Now, it's been a while, but you were once featured in Ebony magazine. Remember Ebony? The New York Times is still out. Philadelphia Daily News. People will think I'm making all this up, but I'm not. It's all true. You've been honored by so many organizations throughout the years for your steadfast, uncompromising vision. And, you know, I think I've said more than enough. I'd like to hear from you. So it is my great honor on behalf of Project One Voice to present you with a Lifetime Achievement Award. Congratulations, my beloved tall girl sister.
Thank you so very much, Michael Dinwiddie. You always make me laugh. You never fail to make me laugh. Even when I'm at my lowest, it doesn't last long with you. Thank you so very much, Project One Voice, for this amazing honor. And Michael is right. On March 12th, 2020, everything in live performance stopped, and so did my business and any plans to celebrate my company's 20th anniversary. But God, and with the support of my audience and some of my clients, I was able to pivot. And when theater migrated online, I was able to continue promoting programs and events because over the years I had nurtured a digital community. I've always been a content creator and I became a digital content creator. My weekly newsletter was taken to the next level because people still wanted information about what was happening in the performing arts, and Michael was right. I did become a radio producer and show host on WBAI. That's WBAI 99.5 FM and streaming at WBAI.org. The name of the show is Backstage Stories, and it's heard weekly on Thursdays at 9 p.m. And because of the health, racial, and economic pandemics, I not just work with New York theaters, but I have begun to work with theaters across the country to broaden their audiences. The struggle for equity, diversity, inclusion, and access continues. I am happy to be a warrior in this effort in partnership with Project One Voice, with Erish, and with many of you. If you want to find me, you can find me at www.Walk Tall Girl Productions, and you'll also get social media connects for me. And I want to say thank you again, Project One Voice, for this amazing recognition. Happy 10th anniversary, and congratulations to all the other honorees. Thank you so very, very much. I certainly appreciate it.
Marcia, thank you for that. Doesn't she look wonderful? She always looks amazing, no matter where she is. You know, one of the things that Marcia said that I'd love to sort of reiterate is the fact we're here tonight to celebrate Black creativity. So one of the things that we're doing is, at Project One Voice, we have a new initiative called Us Supporting Us. And the initiative, it's basically what it says. It's to find out ways that we can support each other. This year has been really, really difficult for theater companies and especially Black creative organizations across the entire country. So one of the things we're urging people to do is to locate a Black creative organization in your neck of the woods and find a way to engage, find a way to support it. They definitely need your help. So please go to our website, project1voice.org. We have a listing of Black creative organizations across the entire country, or you can simply look for one in your neck of the woods. Now, if you live in a part of the country where there is no Black creative organization, just look for the closest one. It could be a state over. It could be 50 miles away. It could be 100 miles away. And with the internet, you don't even have to be in the same city. So find a way to support these wonderful organizations and join us as we begin our new initiative called Us Supporting Us, starting on July 1st. So our next honoree for Lifetime Achievement is the Howard Players. Now, I just found out about the Howard Players, and I don't know where in the world I've been. I must have been under a rock. But this organization has been around for 115 years. Can I say that again? 115 years. And I didn't know about it. But that's one of the reasons why we're doing this event tonight, is to share the wonderful world of Black creativity with all of you. So to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to the Howard Players, please welcome Candace Jackson.
Hello, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much. This is fantastic. I am Candace Jackson, and I am principal of CGM Consulting, which is based here in New York City, and we provide business development expertise to institutions, small and mid-sized organizations, primarily Black-led institutions. And I was the vice president of the Howard Players, and I had to think real hard about that, in 2005, so circa 2005, 2006. I'm so happy to be here today or this evening with some powerhouse women who happen to be my dear, dear, dear friends. So we've been having fun, y'all. We had some fun today. And I would be remiss if I didn't say the name of Denise Hart, who was the president when I was vice president of the Howard Players. And she's not here with us this evening, but collectively, we are so proud to be here to present this award this evening. For me, the Howard Players represents the beginning of leadership, of what it meant to really employ our craft as producers, as writers, as directors, as builders of institutions. And for me personally, as an entrepreneur, we got a bit of that, of course, at Howard as an institution, because that's what Howard does. It builds that Howard hustle. But for us, it really became manifest in the Howard Players because we were trusted, we were given space, and we were empowered to really start to do the work that we were trained to do. And so I credit the Howard Players, and not realizing it had been 115 years, with really instilling in me, before I even knew it, what it means to be an entrepreneur, what it means to be a Black woman entrepreneur, and to really work to build the agency of small and mid-sized Black institutions that are about us, that are dedicated to us and led by us. So I'm so grateful for that work, and I'm so happy to see it continue and to persevere as evidenced in tonight's honorees. And so I want to invite my girlfriend, my former roomie, Kamisha Duncan, to come in and tell us what she thinks, what Howard Players means to her.
Hi, everybody. Thank you, Candy. Thank you, Candace. Thank you, Rumi. Thank you so much, Project One Voice, for honoring and inviting us for this celebration. I am Kamisha Duncan, as my roomie just said, lifelong player. I was the secretary of the Howard Players, and again, so honored to be here today. As a Howard Player, you are part of a crackerjack alliance of artists who have dedicated themselves to elevating the artistic integrity and merit of our esteemed organization, Howard University College of Fine Arts. The legacy of the Howard Players began in 1907 and reached its peak between 1919 and 1925, and is the oldest Black acting troupe in this country. Quoting our colleague, Professor Denise Hart, it gave an avenue for other people, not only Black people, to see the narrative centered around the Black experience. 115 years later, this perspective of storytelling for us, by us, is just as important as it was in 1907. As a Howard Player, you have the freedom to study, be experimental, and cultivate your craft. At Howard, Candace, Camila, and I, we had the freedom to just be. We weren't just the Black stage managers or Black actors or Black writers or Black dancers. We were just students, emerging artists, dissecting, pursuing, and cultivating our crafts within our area of discipline and concentration. We weren't burdened with the unnecessary strife and biased weight of being better than our non-BIPOC or POC counterparts. We could be authentically and unapologetically just be. The Howard Players is a gateway, a laboratory, and a playground to create new works and develop new voices. During our matriculation at Howard, one of the most memorable student-led productions was written by our colleague, Marcus McWhorter, called Alaska, and brilliantly directed by the very talented Lenora Pace. It's because of this laboratory that the gifted Marcus McWhorter would go on to earn his MA and PhD, and is the department chair at the Austin Community College Drama Department. What was so unique about Alaska was not only was it student produced, which is common practice for the Howard Players, it was a full-scale, equal quality and standards of a professional theater company. And yes, proudly produced by Black, Indigenous people of color, or as we affectionately said, Black students. As I mentioned earlier, Black perspective is still as important as it was in 1907. And now more than ever, we must continue to etch our experience into every facet of this country through our artistry and abroad. It's why it's so important to seek out and place value in diverse perspective. In preparation for today, we happened across a wonderful interview by Austin Community College Talks Black History Month with Marcus McWhorter. A segment of that interview, the writer Victoria Garza asked Marcus, why is it so important to seek out and value diverse perspectives? Marcus replied, and I quote, because inbreeding causes sickness. Ideas and perspectives need to be cross-pollinated, challenged, reconstructed, and challenged again. As a species, we face a lot of problems, and it's going to take a variety of perspectives to address them all if we're to leave a habitable corner of the universe for the next 7 generations. On a lighter note, engaging diverse perspectives is fun and interesting. Same old can get dull. See, our founding members understood that and committed to examining the uniqueness of our culture. As a result, we continue to trailblaze, creating the most thought-provoking artists and published works of our time. It's because of our history we're able to carry on its legacy. The Howard Player isn't just Howard's history. It's the history of talented artists, storytellers who elevated the Black experience through the medium of theater and performing arts for the world to see. Student-led artistic assassins who created a sounding board, a laboratory to create original works to show the world that diverse perspectives matter. It's a safe haven that allows us to step away from the structured walls of theater arts academia and create our own unique footing. I am proud to be a part of this legacy, and this blueprint has been a compass in my professional life, both as an artist and entrepreneur. It's my secret weapon when I'm performing on stage or film or board meetings or wrangling as a talent acquisition professional for one of the largest nonprofit public media companies in this country. The enrichment I receive has anchored me, humbled me, and I am very grateful. Congratulations, Howard Players. And let me introduce my colleague, Camila Forbes, to present the award.
Thank you, sis. We are a part of a proud legacy of Howard Players. And it is such an honor to present this award as the legacy continues. And so I would like to present, and we, on behalf of my sisters, the Lifetime Achievement Award presented to the Howard Players in recognition of its pioneering achievements, vision, and unwavering commitment to excellence in the arts and beyond. We celebrate you, your work, and your legacy. This award will be presented to the president of the Howard Players, Amber Rain Andrews. And thank you, Project One, for putting out this platform, recognizing these voices. Happy 10th anniversary, Project One, and also happy Juneteenth weekend and Jubilation weekend. But again, more importantly, I present Howard Players.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amber Andrews.
And I am Zion Lane.
And we serve as the president and vice president of the Howard Players of the 2021-2022 season. We would first like to thank Project One Voice for recognizing the Howard Players for the Lifetime Achievement Award, our advisor, Ricky Ramone, for helping foster a space where anything we can conceive has the platform to become a reality, the Department of Theater Arts and Friends of Theater and Dance, as well as all of our past partners for providing the resources to make our dreams more attainable. And our founders, and all who came before us, who have built a legacy that has been over a century in the making.
Howard University is the birthplace of the oldest Black student theater organization, the Howard Players. Since its inception, the Howard Players has been a voice for the performing arts, from performing at the Howard Theater, inciting the first course offerings in the dramatic arts, which would later become the Department of Theater Arts, and providing a diverse legacy of artists with the space to create, cultivate, and showcase their art.
HBCUs are a safe space for Black artists to dive into their creativity using their own voice while learning from their own history. The curriculum at Howard and other HBCUs tap into the rhythm and soul that courses through the veins of Black people across the diaspora, providing an education that cannot be had anywhere else. So when we build artists, we build genres unique to our experiences, like the inception of hip-hop theater, from which shows including Rhyme Deferred by Camila Forbes, Graffiti Hieroglyphics, written by the namesake of the newly reinstated College of Fine Arts, Chadwick Boseman, and most recently, 21 Strings, a Rhyme by Sangu Kam were created.
Our reach has extended past the bounds of Washington, D.C., but worldwide since the late 1940s, at the invitation to perform on an international tour. Now, as the theater community works to rebuild and redefine the bounds of theater, we ask for the support and aid of all lovers of the arts. As we focus on building self-sufficient artists, from directors and stage managers to music producers and playwrights, to digital artists and filmmakers, we want your help. This can include hosting events, leading workshops, providing sponsorship, promoting our programming, providing resources, and the list goes on.
We welcome all support with open arms as we develop new ways to utilize the power of technology,
dedicate ourselves to making theater accessible and diverse,
and remain a voice for social justice throughout our work, all the while keeping the core of the arts at heart. Thank you.
Wow, wasn't that amazing? Black girls rock. They rock, they rock, they rock. What a wonderful, extraordinary bevy of ladies that are representing Howard University and HBUs across the entire country. Don't you wish you went to an HBCU? I didn't go to one, but I really wish I did. And the HBCUs need your support as well. So please search right now, go to the internet and look for a Black creative institution in your neck of the woods and find a way to support them. So join us in July for our new initiative called Us Supporting Us. We'll be right here in our virtual performing arts center. We'll have organizations from across the entire country talking about who they are and how you can support them. So join us beginning July 1st for Us Supporting Us. Before we move on to our next category, I wanted to shout out someone who, without this woman, Project One Voice would not exist. So when we began Project One Voice in 2009, when it was just an idea, I brought this idea to a really extraordinary woman. Her name is Gwen Gilliam. And I pitched the idea of trying to find a way to create support for the Black theater companies around the entire country who were struggling as a result of the Great Recession. I brought the idea of and concept of Project One Voice to her, and she was on board immediately. So Gwen Gilliam, I thank you for believing in an idea, believing in the possibilities. What we're here tonight is we're celebrating possibilities. We're celebrating the future. One of the things that I talk to people about a lot these days is about envisioning where we want to be as a people, as a culture, as a race, 50 years from now, 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now. I think it is so important that we all find a way to dream and see ourselves in the future. And also, one of the things I've also been saying to people is I think we all need to live our lives in a way in which we look at our lives as if we are creating paths for people who aren't even born yet. So again, join us beginning July 1st for Us Supporting Us and find a way to make dreams happen in the Black creative community. So our next award is the Regional Theater Award. It's being presented to the Artistic Director of the Ensemble Theater Houston, Eileen J. Morris. Please welcome her to the stage.
Thank you so much, Eric. Thank you, everybody. Happy Father's Day. Happy Juneteenth to everybody. I mean, Eric, we have been celebrating with you since the beginning, but we thank you very much, you and the Project One Voice family, your board of directors and staff, and on behalf of the Ensemble Theater in Houston, Texas, its board, Jesse Tyson, the staff and artists, we are extremely grateful to be able to share this evening with the excellence of Black theater, and especially with all of the honorees that are being here tonight. This award means so much to us because of the fact that it comes from our peers. And since we have had a relationship with Project One Voice from its inception, we are extremely grateful to be able to share this stage tonight. The Ensemble Theater's founder, Mr. George Hawkins, he had a dream. And we've been hearing about that all evening, that the dreams and the sacrifices that have immensely been given to everybody that have provided for us an institution at the Ensemble Theater, an institution that is our home, that presents stories told through the African American lens. So with those things, if you think about the audiences that we capture and that we touch upon, we are looking at audiences that look like us, but then also audiences that are part of our diversity. The mission of the Ensemble Theater is to educate, to entertain, and to enrich a diverse community. And today, as we get ready, starting September 1, to celebrate the 45th anniversary celebration of the Ensemble Theater, we are the oldest Black professional theater in the Southwest. We are one of very few theater companies, 7 right now that we know of, that owns its own facility that is that actually has free and clear its 30,000 square foot facility. We present 6 or more main stage productions that include world premieres and regional premieres as well. We reach over 67,000 audience members, that's youth and seniors and other patrons. And then we have a touring and education and residency program that impacts over 250 youth in training all year long. Equity and inclusion and social justice are an important part of our core values, and we welcome and strive daily to embrace our community. So that's just a little bit about the Ensemble Theater. And I echo what Erich was saying about when you go to a city, look up that and find out what Black institutions are there, because there are many, and then, go pay a visit. So if you happen to come to Houston, Texas, if you're ready to get back started traveling, since the world is opening up a little bit more, we ask that if you find yourself in Houston, that you stop by and visit the Ensemble Theater at 3535 Main Street. Who would have thought that when George Hawkins founded the institution as a touring education program, just traveling from door to door, churches to churches, community centers to community centers, going from a little 1,000 square foot facility to 30,000 square foot facility, that today we would be honored by Project One Voice. So if you find yourself in Houston, as I said before, stop by and visit the Ensemble Theater, where the E stands for everyone and everyone counts. Thank you so much, Project One Voice, for bestowing this honor upon us today, and congratulations to everyone.
Eileen, thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Eileen and the Ensemble Theater have been one of our partners since the very beginning of Project One Voice. We're celebrating our 10th anniversary with a 3-day celebration. So it began last night, and we had an extraordinary conversation about the African Grove Theater. Now, the African Grove Theater was founded 200 years ago in 1821 in Lower Manhattan. The first Black theatrical producer, William Alexander Brown, get that name, William Alexander Brown, founded and operated this theater beginning in 1821. The conversation was extraordinary. It was moderated by Michael Dinwiddie, Marvin McAllister, who is an expert on Black theater history, especially the African Grove, Owoye Tempo, who is artistic director of classics. She was a part of that conversation, and so was Eileen J. Morris. It was an amazing conversation, and it was curated by K. Zahira Sultan and KP Sane, 2 of our extraordinary board members at Project One Voice. So if you want to support Project One Voice on social media, please go to visit us on Facebook at Project One Voice, and on Twitter at P1 Voice, and on Instagram at Project One Voice. And remember, it's Project numeral One Voice. So we're on to our next series of awards. Now, the next series of awards is Outstanding Service in the Arts. Now, to receive the first award is Mr. Christopher Berry, who is president of the Black Theater Network. Please welcome to the stage, Christopher Berry.
Hey, Erich, thank you so much. On behalf of myself and the entire executive board of the Black Theater Network, I want to say thank you so much to Project One Voice, another service organization striving to make sure the legacy of Black theater is prolonged for far long past our lives. The Black Theater Network was founded in 1986 as a decision to disperse from the American Theater Association. It wasn't the easiest decision, but the founding members decided to make away with an organization, a service organization dedicated to prolonging, preserving, and disseminating the information and celebrating the beauty of Black theater in 1986. And since that time, we have had annual conferences every year, convening in major cities in America, as well as Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And the goal of the Black Theater Network now is to be a service to the field. How can we serve? How can we serve your organization and prolong the beauty and celebrate the beauty and diversity of Black theater? I hope that you all can join us from July 28th to August 1st for our conference Access Granted, About Us, By Us, For Us, Near Us. And you can find it on Zoom, and any information about the Black Theater Network at www.blacktheaternetwork.org. And that's theater with an R-E. Again, Arish, I want to say thank you so much for being a warrior in the fight to preserve, prolong, and celebrate the voice and beauty and complexity of Black theater. And I hope to see you all in July. On behalf, again, of the executive board of the Black Theater Network, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to all of our presidents, our past presidents, our founding presidents, our membership, and the community and the field at large for preserving and fighting to make sure that their radical visions of what Black theater can be can continue to move towards in the future. Thank you again, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the digital space in the next year in Detroit, Michigan. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Thank you. And no, you're not watching the Tony Awards. This is not the Tony Awards. This is Project One Voice's Project One Voice Honors. Project One Voice Honors. We're celebrating Black excellence tonight. And isn't it extraordinary? Chris Berry, BTN, love you. I will definitely be at the conference in July. And Eileen Morris, I am definitely flying out to Houston to be a part of your fantastic season coming up this fall. So our next honoree for outstanding service in the theater is the National Black Theater Festival. Now, I went to the National Black Theater Festival for the first time about 5 years ago. It was an extraordinary adventure, seeing all these people who look just like me doing exactly what I'm doing, trying to produce Black theater. So it was great to connect with people and talk about the journey that we've all been on, trying to keep Black theater alive in our own respective parts of the country. So please welcome to the stage Mr. Jackie Alexander, who is Executive Director of the National Black Theater Festival.
My name is Jackie Alexander, and I'm the Artistic Director of the North Carolina Black Repertory Company, producers of the National Black Theater Festival, NBTF. On behalf of the festival's executive producer, Sylvia Sprinkle-Hamlin, NC Black Rep Executive Director Nigel Austin, our board of directors, and the entire NC Black Rep family, thank you, Project One Voice, for honoring NBTF with this Marvtastic Award for outstanding service in the arts. The driving force behind NC Black Rep founder Larry Leon Hamlin in creating NBTF in 1989 was to ensure the survival of Black theater into the next millennium. Over the past 30 years, I can confidently say Black theater has not only survived, it has thrived. Organizations across the country like Project One Voice, who take action in creating new programming and opportunities for collaboration between Black theaters, and a host of other services, serve as a continuation of Mr. Hamlin's vision. And I believe he would be truly humbled and proud by NBTF being honored here tonight. So once again, thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. You know what? I can't wait. I know the festival didn't happen this year, but you will be back in full swing next year. So I can't wait until next year to go to the festival. So I hope you guys will join us at the festival next year. So our next award for outstanding service in the arts will go to the International Association of Blacks in Dance. Now, this award is really special to me because I'm a dancer. I started my career as a dancer, and now I've sort of graduated to being a producer. But dance has always been my first love. And to talk a little bit about their experiences with the International Association of Blacks in Dance, our first person up is Amy Hall Gardner.
Hi, everybody. My name is Amy Hall Garner, and I'm so happy to be here tonight to celebrate the International Association of Blacks in Dance. This organization is a reminder and a representation of what dance is in our community. It is a pathway for so many dancers, choreographers, institutions, and dance companies. Growing up in Huntsville, Alabama, my dance training began in spaces where people who looked like me were rare. Fortunately, I had teachers who saw dance and not color. One of those teachers was Dory Sheehy. Miss Sheehy taught me ballet privately for many years and exposed me to so many dance companies, including the Dance Theater of Harlem. I first saw the Dance Theater of Harlem on a VHS tape, and I saw Virginia Johnson as Creole Giselle. That tape, that performance, changed my life. It made me feel that I belonged in the dance world. And that's why I love IABD, because they make you feel like you belong in the dance world. They support you, they welcome you, and they understand you. So tonight, I would like to say thank you for holding space for artists like myself and continuing to hold space for the next generation. Congratulations. And thank you so much for being the organization that you are and supporting Black artists.
Thank you, Amy. Amy is also an extraordinary choreographer who went to Juilliard, and she's doing some really extraordinary work. So if you're looking for a choreographer out there, Amy is your girl. And also Natrea Blake. Now, they are two peas in a pod. They're both extraordinary dancers. And if you're looking for two choreographers, and if you've got multiple projects, they're your girls, Natrea Blake and Amy Hall Gardner. Now, another testimonial about the greatness, the great work that they're doing at IABD is coming right now. It's a family that's very close to my heart because they're from my home state of Alabama, from Birmingham, Alabama. Jackie Crenshaw Lockhart. We went to school together at Birmingham Southern College. So I reached out to her and we had a fantastic time getting reacquainted. And she talked to me about how IABD had changed her life. So please listen to this story from Jacqueline Crenshaw Lockhart and her two children, Rachel and John Lockhart.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Crenshaw Lockhart, and I'm here with my children, Rachel and John, and we are a family of dancers from Birmingham, Alabama. Well, growing up in the South often meant I didn't get a chance to see other dancers that looked like myself. I wanted to be a classical ballerina, and it wasn't until I met my mentors, Donna Todd and Nancy Owen, who introduced me to the Dance Theater of Harlem, that I even knew a career in the arts was possible. So when I started my studio, the J. Lockhart Performing Arts Institute, I made sure that the dancers were immersed in the culture of Black dance, as well as studying from teachers that look like themselves. That's why it's important for organizations like the IABD and the program that they offer. So Rachel, talk about your first experience performing at IABD with the Atlanta Dance Connection.
Yeah, so for me, performing at IABD in Denver, Colorado, and then later in California was an amazing experience. I think IABD is the perfect platform to bring together the Black dance community for us to share amongst one another. Meeting artists such as Alicia Graf Mag, who is now the director of dance at Juilliard, which is where I'm currently getting my BFA in dance, and other phenomenal artists such as Debbie Allen, I think was amazing. I think IABD, like I said, was the perfect opportunity to be around aspiring Black dancers and to network.
Yes, and going to Debbie Allen's studio was such a phenomenal opportunity. The students are still talking about it to this day. So John, talk about your experience growing up in a state like Alabama where football, sports reign. So how was that for you?
Really tough growing up, as a Black man in the South. You're not really seen to really do much other than play a sport or work a 9 to 5. And so having a dad growing up who didn't really, value the arts at first, but would grow to gain a better appreciation for it and become one of our biggest supporters was really helpful for me. And so when I went off to college, I attended Grambling State University, which is an HBCU out in Louisiana. It really gave me that family-friendly environment because it allowed me to be around other male dancers, other Black artists, and really helped me just grow as an artist. And when I transferred to Troy, I just went and took that up to another level, and really I was able to gain and obtain my BFA in dance. And so what IABD did for me was not only introduce me to a new world of artists and choreographers, but also be able to experience just being out in California for the first time and being able to say that I've danced in Los Angeles. And even though my camera phone wasn't working, all of those memories have been ingrained in my mind. So I really want to thank IABD for providing that experience.
Absolutely. And again, it's so important to afford opportunities for young artists to be a part of programs like the IABD, where they see other artists and are inspired to continue to persevere. And not only just supporting programs like the J. Lockhart Performing Arts Institute or Ramsey High School public education dance program. We have dance programs across the nation. And with that said, we would like to honor the International Association of Blacks in Dance with the Outstanding Service in the Arts Award.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Project One Voice. I am honored to accept the Outstanding Service for the Arts Award on behalf of the Board of Directors, staff, and membership of the International Association of Blacks in Dance, also known as IABD. Good evening. My name is Denise Saunders Thompson, President and CEO of the International Association of Blacks in Dance. This is truly a fantastic evening, and congratulations to all of those who have been awarded by Project One Voice. IABD was founded in 1991 and preserves and promotes dance by people of African ancestry or origin, and assists and increases opportunities for artists in advocacy, audience development, education, funding, networking, performance, philosophical dialogue, and touring. It is so wonderful to hear the impact that IABD has made and continues to make in our community and within the larger dance and performing arts communities. There is a quote that I often think about by President John F. Kennedy. He said, "We must never forget that art is not a form of propaganda. It is truth." I would like to take a moment to talk about art and truth. Artists have a gift. They have the gift of telling a story, be it an individual story or a community story. And dance connects us to one another more deeply and opens our eyes and our hearts to new ways of seeing and being. Dance is for everyone and comes from the people. As this country continues to reckon with its history, I ask each of you to be courageous and to push past the boundaries of what you think you can do or what is possible. Just do. Just be. Continue to create art. That is what IABD is all about, doing and supporting our artists, our torchbearers, our culture bearers. We will continue to just do the work. And what's most important about doing the work is the result of how one remembers how they were touched inside. IABD remains committed to serving this community for many, many, many more years to come. Alvin Ailey states, To be who you are and become what you are capable of is the only goal worth living. Again, many thanks to Project One Voice. Thank you, Erish McMillan McCall. Thank you to the ancestors.
Denise, thank you. What a wonderful acceptance speech. If you want to know how you can support IABD or any dance company in this entire country, contact IABD. If you want to support a Black dance company in this country, contact IABD. There are Black dance companies across this entire country that need your support, your help, your encouragement, your financing. So please, please go to IABD today and find a way to support and engage with that amazing organization. Denise is a friend, and she's also an HBCU graduate, and they are in the house. They are doing their things. Look, I wish I went to an HBCU. I didn't, so I'm getting over it. But anyway, you are not watching the Tony Awards. I want you to say that again. You're not watching the Tony Awards. You're watching the Project One Voice Honors, celebrating Black excellence. So we move on to our next award for outstanding service in the arts. Please welcome to the stage the Executive Director of the Association of African American Museums, Vedette Coleman Robinson. I think.
Hello, my name is Vedette Coleman Robinson, and I am the Executive Director of the Association of African American Museums. I am thrilled to receive this award on behalf of the AAAM board, my staff, and our ancestors. I am so thankful for everyone at Project One Voice for thinking of us for this amazing award in service in the arts. Our organization has been around for 43 years. We came out of a protest movement and a Black art protest movement, and we have been here serving the AAAM community, serving African American focused museums and African art museums since then. We have been an organization where iron has sharpened iron, and we continue to do so today, even through social injustice and civil unrest. Our museums have been coming together during COVID, having virtual programming, supporting people and their communities on the ground, just making sure that folks are seeing themselves not just in the museums, but in the world. And this is really what we're all about. I am so thankful to you all. Thank you for thinking of us. Thank you for this wonderful award. And I look forward to several additional collaborations with you as we look towards forming a better nation and a better society in which we tell the absolute truth. Thank you again. And I look forward to working with you again soon. Thank you.
Vedette, we're so excited to be working with you. We've already chatted about how we're going to work together in the future, so we can't wait until that happens. So, and I wanted to say we're going to be at your conference in Miami coming up next year. We can't wait. And also their conference is coming up in September. So please go to their website and find a way to engage with Black museums, African American museums around this entire country. So, like I said, you're not watching the Tony Awards, you're watching the Project One Voice Honors, celebrating Black excellence. So if you'd like to find a way to support Project One Voice, please go to our website at www.project1voice.org. That's the numeral onevoice.org. You know, I did all the W's because I'm an old man, and that's how you do it, www.project1voice.org. My nephew laughs at me when I had at the www. So please go to our website and find a way to engage with us as well. You can also follow us on social media as well. So we're down to our last two awards. Our last two awards are really special awards. They're the Transformative Trailblazer Awards. Now, we wanted to do a Trailblazer Award, but these two organizations, well, this organization, this one individual, they have been trailblazers, but the trails they have blazed have created such incredible change in the industry, and we wanted to celebrate how they've transformed how we are moving forward, how we see ourselves in the future. So, to accept the award for Transformative Trailblazer, please welcome the Black Seed.
The Black Seed is a first ever national strategic plan to create impact and thrivability for Black theater institutions, uniquely led by a Black theater institution, the Billie Holiday Theater, in collaboration with the Kraft Institute, Plowshares Theater, and Waco Theater for communities of Black artists and Black audiences.
The Black Seed is a force for systemic change in the arts and cultural world. A 21st century ecosystem of institutional thrivability, collectively tackling racial injustices and inequalities, and creating profound, world-class relevant art and national partnership models with a national think tank comprised of 50 nonprofit Black theater institutional leaders.
The Black Seed ecosystem will also leverage national partnerships, new artistic commissions, and systemic shifts toward greater equity for Black theater institutions. The Black Seed National Leadership Circle serves as a platform for major donors to invest in Black theater institutions across the nation. The Black Seed cohort, comprised of national networks and coalitions, including Project1VOICE, and a national marketing campaign to tell the story of Black theater in America with shared resources across the field.
The Black Seed will not focus on the diversity and inclusivity efforts of predominantly white institutions, nor artistic work by and with Black artists that will be viewed by predominantly white audiences. This optimistic enterprise, developed by everyday leaders who serve on the front lines of leading Black institutions for Black artists and Black communities, is a solution to a long-standing problem of inequitable funding. We
are
greater than the sum of our parts.
Thank you to Project1VOICE for this humbling acknowledgement. The Black Seed embodies the profound words of Richard Wright.
As we, the Black theater field, fling ourselves into the unknown.
To see if we could grow differently, if we could drink of new and cool rains.
Bend in strange winds, respond to the warmth of other suns, and perhaps to bloom.
Thank you to the Black Seed. We are so proud that major funding for Project1VOICE has come from the Black Seed and the Andrew W. Mellon Foundation. Thank you so much for supporting the work that we do at Project1VOICE. And thank you, Dr. Indira Etwaru, Gary Anderson, Shay Wafer, and Monica Indunu. Thank you so much. Now, for our last and final award, please welcome to the stage four-time Tony Award winner, let me say that again, four-time Tony Award winner, Ron Simons.
Hi, I'm Ron Simons, and I am honored to be one of the 2021 Project1VOICE recipients for the Transformative Trailblazer Award. Now, I'm not sure if any of you are aware of this, but this year marks the 200th anniversary of the African Grove Theater. It was founded in 1821 by William Brown, and it was for free people of African descent in New York City. William Brown is also credited with writing and staging the first play by an African American. I stand upon the shoulders of William Brown and those trailblazers who followed, including Woody King, George Wolfe, and others. I'd like to dedicate this award to those trailblazers who paved the way for me to become a Broadway producer. So it's with humility and gratefulness that I accept this award, which reads, in recognition of his pioneering achievements, vision, and unwavering commitment to artistic excellence in the American theater and beyond, we celebrate you, your work, and your legacy. I am pretty sure that's the most amazing compliment anyone has ever given me. So again, thank you from Project One Voice for this beautiful award.
Thank you, Ron. You know, I said before we started this event that I wasn't going to cry. You know, what's really amazing about what has happened over the 10 years is we found a place where we belong at Project One Voice. There's so much important work that's being done across this country, so much important work that is not funded, and we need you to fund it. We need you to fund it. We need you to keep Black creativity alive. We need you to keep it vital. We need you to help keep it funded. So please, please, I urge you to find a Black creative organization in your neck of the woods and find a way to support and engage. Project One Voice has been in existence for 10 years. We were born out of a commitment to ensure the thrivability and the survival of Black creativity across this entire country. We need your support. Please go to our website, go to any of the organizations that have been honored tonight and find a way to support and engage. For all the board members at Project One Voice, for everyone that's ever been a part of any Project One Voice event across the entire country, I want to say thank you for supporting our vision, for supporting our work. It's not possible without you. So please go to Project One Voice, go to any of the theaters or organizations that you've seen tonight and find a way to support and engage. And I'd also like to add this. Now, wouldn't you like to see Project One Voice Honors on a national platform? I'm just going to put it out there. I think we need an event, a yearly event where we celebrate not only individuals, but organizations that celebrate the lived Black experience in the creative and performing arts. So I'm just putting it out there for anyone that's listening. We'd love to have this be an annual national event. So from all of us at Project One Voice, we'd like to say thank you and good night. And we'll see you tomorrow night for the last installment of our 10th anniversary celebration. Tomorrow night, we're presenting a stage reading of Dominique Morisseau's Autumn's Harvest, directed by Jade King Carroll. So we'll see you tomorrow night right here at the African Grove Virtual Performing Arts Center for Autumn's Harvest. Thank you and good night. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.